In a batch of 54, we were, and 54 business management. In those days, no one from HR will ever start a company. Okay, so they thought I made a mistake. But lo and behold, that was 1984, and today, 2012, out of the 54 people who passed out of HR, 30 of us are entrepreneurs. And out of the 54 who passed out of business management, only 8 guys are entrepreneurs. You know, life has changed one hell of a lot over the last 3 decades. Many things have changed around us, okay? So given our own story, yeah, I worked for about 9 years. I came from a large joint family at one level, had many cousin sisters to get married and all that. So when we started the company in 1992, August 15th, my wife was a chartered accountant and I started the company. We had only 60,000 rupees, princely sum to start with, and we started. Okay, so yeah, then of course, we said to ourselves, we'll emerge as world's most respected HR service company, anchored on values of transparency, diversity, dignity, and growth. This is what we said to ourselves. We evolved something called the spirit of Marfa, and we had people joining us. Our aspirations were always ahead of our resources. That's a nice way of saying we always would spend first and then want to earn. Okay, so that's been always our philosophy. We set up offices all over the place. It's also the right time. As you know, the competition was setting into India. People started to matter, and placement agencies were giving way to HR companies, and we grew fast. We started Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, went to Calcutta, Calcutta to Baroda, Baroda to Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad to Bombay, Bombay to everywhere we set up operations. Within 6 months, they had to break even and grow kind of a model, and kept on expanding. We were the first to franchise recruitment services in India. We were the first to franchise training services in India. All that we did along the way. And yeah, the first we launched subsectors of HR, many subsectors we launched. And the first major breakthrough, I would say, came in 2000 March when this idea of a venture capital struck us. And the word itself was very new to many of us. And I was the first in our industry to take venture capital. I worked with Amartya Sen. I happened to work on an Eisenhower Fellowship in US. And it really opened my eyes to many things. I went to NASDAQ and saw one company which had only one client. And it had only one promoter who was not a HR guy and IT guy. And he had a valuation of $1 billion for the company. The company was only a concept. Okay, and I was amazed to see such things while I was in the Eisenhower Fellowship for about 2 months with Amartya Sen. And it struck me, that was when I heard this term, 2-3 terms I started hearing, a term called value of a company, as distinct from turnover, profits, and cost, and things like that. I also heard this phrase, business model. You want to do business, you do business. You have a top line, you have a bottom line. Control your costs, you will make money. This idea of a business model occurred to me at that time very deeply. And I came back and we were the first to take venture capital. We wanted to change the world, all of us in those days. The dot-com warriors, as we used to be called. So Marfa.com was born in 2000. And that was the time we took suddenly we saw people queuing before our office and people wanted to give us money. In those days, 8.5 crores looked like a very big money. We were at that time declaring ourselves as the largest Indian HR company with princely revenue of 25 crores. We were the first to cross 25 crores in this industry, which was highly fragmented at that time. And these people came and invested, 3 VCs came. Till then, what we used to do was to pick up small money, 3,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. My wife is an excellent cook, besides being a chartered accountant, and we being from Calcutta, having lived in Calcutta, she used to cook good march in our home. So anybody who comes to have dinner in our home, normally will give some equity and go. Okay, we'll give 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees kind of an equity. We had along the way acquired 276 investors like this and converted ourselves into public limited company along the way. And governance was very important for us. We used to have melas, not of the Reliance variety, but almost with the same spirit. We used to have, big melas of our AGM and things like that. So we had this whole, so every aspect of HR we wanted to be in, outsourcing, HR automation. The seeds of every one of the later businesses were born in that 8 years. And we gave 20% dividends rigorously at that point. Every year 20% dividend is a must. Some bonus issues we used to keep giving. And we had these three venture capitalists. One, was Usha Martin Ventures, who was a client and investor. The second, we suddenly realized someone spoke to us for 1 hour, and then we were told he's the third richest Indian. And we were introduced to him as the first non-British to become the chairman of London Metal Exchange, Lord Bagri. 1 hour call, and he remitted some huge money, 4 crores, unheard of for a company. Our turnover was only 25 crores at that point, and he just remitted that. And we had Can Ventures, which even now has the record. We have the record for having the highest valuation with Can Ventures. Everybody truly believed that we are going to change this entire game from a client-centric mode to a candidate-centric mode, which was the dream at that point. And lo and behold, within 2 years, the whole business model fell apart. Okay, because 15 companies took venture capital in that period of 2000-2001. And from 2001 April, every month on an average, one company died. Okay, so by 2003 December, the only 2 companies left in the space, one was Mafa, another was Naukri. Okay, so it was a very rough phase at that point. But along that period only, I started actually investing in many companies personally. I knew what it meant to be a struggling entrepreneur. So whoever comes to me, I used to be part of TIE. We created TIE in Chennai and all that. So whoever comes to me who wanted to shut down their business, I will say, don't shut down, I'll give some money, continue the business. Okay, and whoever, is ambivalent about should I start, should I not start, I'll say, start the company, I'll give you some money. Money of the order of 2 lakhs to 10 lakhs. That's now what they call as micro venture capital is what I used to do. And along the way, it's expanded to 15 companies. Okay, now we actually set up a micro venture capital and all that. So at that phase of managing 3 venture capitalists in the board and struggling, I also have this huge commitment to these 276 very small investors. Some of them were working in the match factories in Shivakasi, and I know all their life savings they had given to me, seduced by the dream of a 20% dividend every year or whatever. So I needed to give them exit. So 2004, we had crossed 100 crores, and we were the first in our industry to cross 100 crores. 1,000 crores happened later. So that was a time when the crossroads to go for a public issue or to look at a strategic investor. So we looked at strategic investors, 3 of them, the top 3 in the world. We never used to do anything in small things at that time. So we had the Adecco, Manpower, and BDO. They were the 1, 2, 3 at that time. Okay, so that question you get it, rest of it will follow suit. Chuck your job, chuck your whatever, existing model you can kill, get into another one, all that you can do, but get that hang right, which should be within you, and ideally from someone who you can trust, who can truly reflect, who has a vested interest in your success. If you can do it, safe. Okay, thanks a ton. I don't need to steal into the time of others. Thank you very much.